Awesome. So you don't need anything too special for we practice today. If you would like to have a set of blocks, you can, but we're not going to do anything too special with it. Let's get rolling. We're going to take a little journey through the chakras today to, for yourself, kind of experience how we can weave a practice with this energetic feeling of the chakras, and also hopefully to give you some ideas on how you might incorporate certain movements to work with certain chakras. So let's begin. Sorry, my earplug just fell out. Let's begin. Come to a supine position, laying down, and choose your adventure here. You can have your legs extended out in front of you in Savasana, or you can bend your knees and bring your feet flat on the floor. You might be tempted to take your knees wide into Supta Baddha Konasana, but just for today's class, let's keep that one for later. That's going to be more of a sacral chakra magic. And we'll start with some really grounding root chakra energy. So if you can, step your feet a little further apart and let your knees knock in towards each other, or extend your legs out in front of you. Just take a moment to arrive for your practice. Close your eyes if that feels okay, or let your gaze go soft so you're not looking at anything in particular. Before you do anything to change your breath, before you do anything to move into your body, take a moment to observe. From the top of your head, just bring your attention to the back of your body. Feel the way the back of your skull is pressing into the earth. Feel the way the back of your neck is lifting away from the earth. Feel the way your shoulder blades are pressing into the ground. And keep your attention moving down. You might feel the center of your back pressing into the mat, but then your lower back ever so slightly lifting away from the mat. Bring your attention to your sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of your spine, the back of your pelvis. Feel it rooted into the earth. Depending on how your legs are, you might feel your thighs or your calves in contact with the ground. You might feel your heels or maybe the soles of your feet. But take all of your attention and place it on all of the parts of you that are supported by the earth, so that the only thing you can feel in this moment is your connection to the ground underneath you, the safety of the earth holding you, and your ability to release and to let go into the earth. And then give yourself a big inhale through the nose. Fill your lungs all the way up. Hold the breath at the top if you can. Open your mouth to exhale the breath out and feel your body sinking deeper into the earth. And one more like that. Breathe in a full, strong, epic breath and hold it at the top. And as you release the breath, feel the weight of your bones grow deeper, anchored to the earth. And breathe in deeply through your nose. Start to find Ujjayi breath. And exhale completely through the nose. Use your muscles of respiration, your diaphragm muscles, your abdominal muscles to empty the breath. And again, inhale deeply. And exhale completely. As you begin to find that whispered sound at the back of your throat, do a little scan through your mind. Where are your thoughts? Are your thoughts jumping around from thing to thing? Is your mind busy, scattered? Or are you finding yourself a little more sluggish, a little slower, a little lazier? Don't judge. Just bring awareness to your starting point. And then with every breath in, I want you to start to repeat to yourself, I am. Every inhale that you take, you declare to yourself, you declare to the universe, you declare to the world, I am. My beingness matters. My voice matters. My consciousness matters to everyone around me. Let every breath in anchor you in I am. And if you want to add in one more thought, you might inhale I am. And on your exhale, you might say to yourself, safe. I am safe. I am rooted. I am anchored. I am here. I am whole. Whatever resonates with you, say it to yourself 2 times on your breath. Breathe in, I am. Let your exhale root you deeper into the earth with whatever it is that you are. Safe, complete, whole, here. One more time, I am. And as you let the breath go, feel yourself root down even deeper into the ground. But even when life feels like the rug is being pulled out from underneath you, when it feels like you're standing on shaky ground, come back to I am. Because no matter what happens to you, around you, the earth is always there to hold you. And what you are never changes. As you're ready, begin to draw your knees in towards your chest. Gather them up, give them a little squeeze, and you might rock yourself from side to side on your lower back. Bring your attention firmly to the base of your spine where you're making contact with the ground, maybe creating little circles with your knees in one direction and then in the other direction. Beautiful. And then take your knees apart and come into like a little open leg shape if that feels safe for you in this moment. And then start to make big circles with both of your knees in opposite directions, or rather, your knees are not together, they're circling separately, almost like you're doing a butterfly pose in the air. Yeah, and just feel into your inner groin muscles, feel into anything that's waking up, and send all of your breath into your hips. And then reverse the direction of your circles. And continue anchoring to your breath. And as you move here, let your inhales breathe you in with I feel. The hips are connected to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is about your creativity, your fluidity, your ability to move, your ability to trust yourself, your sensuality, your sexuality, and all of the creative energy that comes from tapping into this part of you. Reverse your circles the other way one more time. Every inhale, I feel. And the gift that it is to feel. Whether you feel pain, joy, or anything in between, it is the gift of being alive. Draw your knees back together. Give it a breath in. And on a breath out, gently drop your knees over to the left and open your right arm to the right. Give it a little twist. And then right into your right lung. Take a big breath in I feel. And on your breath out, the first thing that comes to your mind, what is it that you feel? Let that word come to you. Don't judge it, just observe. One more. Inhale, I feel. Whatever it is that comes to your mind, let it out on the breath. Good. And then draw your knees back in towards center. And then drop them over to the other side. Knees to the right, left arm to the left. Take your gaze over your left fingers if you can, and then 2 full breaths into your left ribs. Inhale, I feel. Whatever is true for you in this moment, let it come to your tongue. Say it to yourself on the breath out. One more inhale, I feel. And let it go gently. Beautiful. Return to your center. Hug your knees into your chest. And start to rock forward and back along the length of your spine a couple of times. Good. Make your way to a comfortable seat. Sitting cross-legged in Sukhasana. One more little thing before we start moving. Sit up nice and tall. You can be in Sukhasana or Siddhasana if you prefer to have one heel in front of the other heel. But take both arms up on a big inhale. Exhale, side bend over to your right. Bring your right hand down. Take your left arm up and over. And right here in this seat, I want you to feel the groundedness of your pelvis. Feel your right sit bone anchoring into the earth. As your right hand reaches up and over, away from the earth, see if you can twist your chest slightly open to the sky. And then right into your right hip, your right sit bone, your right QL muscle, anything that you might be feeling on the right side of your body. Take a deep breath in. I feel. And whatever is true for you, let it out on the breath. Beautiful. Bring yourself back upright. Both arms reach to the sky. Inhaling. Side bend over to the other side. Right hand down, left arm up and over. If I got my rights and lefts mixed up, don't judge me. Good. As you reach up and over, feel the left side anchor. Feel how you can be equal parts rooted, anchored in your safety, rooted, anchored in what you know is right for you, and at the same time reaching for what it is that you want to create. And then peel your chest open if you can. Take one more big breath into that left side body. Inhale, I feel. Whatever comes to your heart, let it out on the breath. Beautiful. Inhale it back up, both arms to the sky. Exhale, release your hands onto your knees and then round your spine for a seated cat pose. Yeah, pull your belly button to your spine. And then in your mind's eye, see the space just above your belly button, your solar plexus, the seat of Manipura, the seat of your willpower. Good. And then take a deep breath in to the space between your shoulder blades. Fill up your back. And as you breathe out, squeeze your belly button to your spine even more. In your mind's eye, say, I can. Good. Let's move this a little bit. As you inhale, arch your spine. Find a seated cow pose. Breathing in. On the breath out, pull back. I can. As navel comes to spine and chin comes to chest. Connect with the seat of your personal power. 3 more times. Inhale to arch it up. Exhale to round. I can. 2 more times. Breathing in. And breathing out. And bring to your mind something you have wanted, but have had a story about that has made it so you can't up until now. Breathe it in. And as you breathe out, round your spine and anchor yourself into I can. Beautiful. Come back to neutral spine. Take your arms high to the sky. And then exhale your hands out in front of you. Make your way into tabletop position. Good. And then take a moment here to get situated. Grip the mat with your fingers. Feel the weight of your knees on the floor. Good. And then extend your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes under and start to pulse forward and back. Just stretching through your calf muscles. Good. And then settle in with your shoulders over your wrists, but float that right leg up. And then see if you can add the left arm reaching forward, finding a nice long tabletop. Good. Stretch everything in either direction. Inhale. As you exhale, contract your elbow and your belly button underneath you. And as you pull your belly in and up, I can. Good. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, use the heat of your core to solidify I can. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl it in. Good. Inhale, reach. Whatever it is that you want to create is yours for the taking. I can. Exhale it out. Good. Inhale, stretch it long. And then release your left hand next to or back down to where it came from. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Get low into your hips and just start to circle yourself around. So we're not really concernicus with any alignment in this moment. Just feel your situation. And notice, where is it tight? Where does it feel fluid? Yeah, and allow your movement to be sort of loosey and goosey. We're playing with structured movement today and loose movement. So what's it feel like when no one's telling you what to do? How can you move fluidly? Good. And then tuck your left toes underneath you and lift your left knee off the ground. Yeah. We're going to take this and travel it to the back of your mat in a gentle early skandasana. Turn your left toes out. Bend your left knee deeply. Yeah. And then let's go back to the top of the mat into that wide lizard lunge. You're going to do that about 3 times. Start to press into your feet to return to the back of your mat. And then come forward again. How flowy can you make this movement? Getting into that sacral chakra magic here. If you feel safe to do so, you might lift your hands off the ground. You might let your arms move around a little bit. Find some freedom. Good. And then we'll meet back at the top of the mat. In that lunge, plant both hands on either sides. Both hands to the inside of your right foot. Bring your right knee to your right triceps. Ooh, yeah. Good. And then slide your slide your knee down to your wrist. Slide it back up your triceps. 2 more times. Breathe it in. Exhale, I can. Feel that core engagement. Last one. Drop it. Exhale, lift it. Beautiful. 3-legged dog. Send your right leg high. Bend your knee, open up that hip. And circle your hip around once or twice. Good. And as your right leg finds freedom, see if you can keep your left heel anchored down. Good. And then release your right foot to meet the left foot. Glide yourself forward into a plank position, breathing in. Lower down, knees, chest, and chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Good. Slither forward like a snake into baby cobra. And pull back onto all fours, breathing out. Good. Hands under shoulders, second side. Extend your left leg back. Tuck your toes under and start to pulse forward and back. Just open up your soleus at the back of your left calf. Good. And then float your left leg up in line with your left hip. Draw your belly in, extend your right arm forward. Find your breath. Can you make it steady? Inhale to lengthen even more. Exhale, crunch it in. I can. Find your power. Feel the connection between the physical action and that sense of strength through your center. 3 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. Good. One more time. Reach it long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Beautiful. Extend everything long. Return your right hand down and then step your left foot outside of your left hand. Good. Sink your hips low and start to shimmy your body around. Side to side. Maybe a little sideways. And just check it out for yourself right here. Good, and then you might stay with this. You might lift your back knee off the ground, coming into a higher version of this lizard lunge. Check that out for a breath. And then maybe travel this to the back of your mat for a Skandasana into the right leg. Good, and then back and forth a couple of times. Start to look for some fluid movement. So the opposite of what we just did with our core work, which was pretty structured and rigid. Move this as smoothly as you can. Channel the energy that lives inside your sacrum, the energy of creation, the energy of fluidity, of going with the flow, of giving in to resistance, and allowing yourself to surrender. One more. Beautiful. Hands come back to the top of your mat. Pick up your left knee, bring your knee to your triceps. Good. Slide your knee down to your wrist and back up your arm. 2 more. Inhale it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale it down. Exhale to lift. Last time. Lower it and lift it. 3-legged dog. Sweep that leg high. Bend your knee, open your hip. Couple of circles with that left thigh bone. Yes. And then release your foot to meet the ground. Glide forward, plank pose is your inhale. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Pull it through cobra, maybe upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Beautiful. Take 3 breaths in your dog. Maybe pedal out your feet. Maybe shift your hips from side to side. Steady your breath. In your dog, reach your heels towards the ground. Engage your pelvic floor. Feel Mula Bandha. And as you tone Mula Bandha, repeat to yourself, I am. The root, the base of your spine, is the home of your safety. The place from which you build the rest of your identity. No matter what circumstances are happening in your life, no matter where you live physically in this moment, right here, I am safe. I am okay. I am complete. Beautiful. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Come to a forward fold. Softly bend your knees, shake out your head, yes and no. Let go of any tension at the base of the neck or anywhere up the neck. Beautiful, you guys. Come halfway up to a flat back. Bring your hands to your shins, inhaling. Exhale, fold it in. One more time like that. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. And exhale to empty. Really nice. Circle your arms out and up as you rise. Urdhva Hastasana, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. I am. Circle it out and up. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Dive yourself down. Come halfway up to a flat back. Inhale to lengthen. Plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, or knees, chest, and chin. Yogi's choice. Splash it open for your back bend, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. And keeping the tone of Mula Bandha, squeeze your bathroom muscles right here. I want you to just wiggle your butt from side to side, almost like you're trying to shift your body weight from one foot to the other. Can you find the idea of being anchored and rooted by engaging your pelvic floor, but also moving freely and playfully by waving your little butt from side to side? Can you have both stability, security, and playfulness? Beautiful. Let your hip wiggle. Come back to center. Take an inhale, gaze forward. Come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend knees, step or hop to the top of your space. Halfway up, flat back, breathe in. Exhale to fold. Circle your arms up as you rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. I am. Beautiful. Circle it out and up, breathing in. Forward fold, breathing out. Come halfway up to your flat back. Inhale. As you exhale, sit your butt right on the ground. Come into Navasana. Oh, good. Breathe in, lift your heart. Squeeze your inner thighs together as you breathe out. Bring your attention to your navel center, to your Manipura chakra, to the seat of your personal power. Yeah, wake it up. Good. If you are able, we're going to move into a few rounds of Kapalabhati breath. If you need to not do that for any reason, hold your Navasana as best you can. Those of you who are feeling like, oh yeah, supercharge this, you can straighten your legs. Otherwise, keep your knees bent. Take a breath in through the nose. Forceful exhales through the nose. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands behind your back. Release your feet to the floor. Take a breath in to lift everything up. Inhale to reverse tabletop. Exhale to lower your butt. Navasana, bring it back up. Good. Hold it. Lift your chest. Maybe close your eyes. Go inward. Step into the fire. Through the fire of tapas, we create transformation. Staying in longer than we think we want to is how we get through to the other side of whatever it is that we're up against. Take a breath in through the nose. Powerful, forceful exhales through the nose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, hands behind your back, feet down in front of you. Woo! Take it all up to a reverse tabletop. Breathing in. Sigh it out your mouth. Breathing out. Lower your hips. One last time. Navasana with joy. Now check in with yourself. Where is your mind going? Are you like, holy shit, she's making us do this one more time? I hate this. When is this class over? Notice what your ego is saying. Let it go. This is the seat of your willpower. This is tapas. Stay in it. Observe yourself in it. The only way out is through. Take an inhale. Powerful exhales through the nose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, hands behind your back, feet down in front of you. Take another breath in to clear it all out. Sigh it out your mouth. Gorgeous. Lower your knees, your hips back down. Cross your ankles. Plant your hands. Vinyasa. Step or hop it back only in downward facing dog. So nice, everybody. Take a moment in your dog. Notice how you feel. Notice the heat you're building. We are not moving a lot. The heat you're creating is coming from within. The power of your intention, the power of your breath. Engage Mula Bandha. Find your root lock. Feel the stability of it. And then maybe sway your pelvis from side to side. Can you add in a little bit of fluidity on top of your stability? Living a life that's too rigid, with too many rules to try and keep ourselves safe, is restricting. How can you be safe and stable and also playful and also go with the flow? Good. Draw your navel towards your spine. Imagine you're wearing your corset. Engage transverse abdominis. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Breathe it in. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Anjaneyasana. Come up into a low lunge. Take your arms overhead. Breathe in. As you exhale, cactus your elbows out to the sides. Shine your heart to the sky. 2 more like that. Inhale, gather up fresh energy. And as you exhale into cactus arms, it's like you're pouring that energy over your head. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch yourself high. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Gaze up at the sky if you can. Sky, ceiling, whatever, Hands interlaced behind your back. Pull your knuckles down towards the inner line of your left leg. Take a few breaths here. Crack your heart open. Feel your collarbones spreading wide. Feel your shoulder blades drawing together in retraction. And then take 3 breaths into the space right behind your heart. Like every inhale creates more room for your heart to grow, more room for you to trust that only from an open heart can we give generously and can we receive. 1 more breath. See if you can spread those collarbones open another inch. So good. Release your hands. Take your arms up to the sky. Inhaling. Exhale. Release your hands to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Right foot meets the left foot. Engage Mula Bandha. Engage Uddiyana Bandha. Your stability and your willpower working together. Roll forward, plank pose, breathing in. Chaturanga Dandasana, breathing out. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Step it through between your hands. Place your right knee on the mat. Untuck your toes. Anjaneyasana, round 2. Make sure your front knee is right over your ankle. Stretch your arms up. Breathe in. Think of creating a back bend here. As you cactus your elbows back by your sides, retract your shoulder blades. Shine your heart to the sky. 2 more times. What is it that you have wanted from another person that you have not been willing to give of yourself? Exhale. Pull that into your heart. 1 more time. How do you get to open your heart in order to let other people see you? Send your arms to the sky. And as you bring your elbows into a cactus shape, this time interlace your hands behind your back, the other thumb on top, the weird way. Pull your knuckles down to the inner line of your right leg. Spread your collarbones wide. Engage your abdominals. Notice if you're sinking into your pelvis. Push down through your left heel to help you lift up a little bit. Retract your shoulder blades. Open up your heart. 3 breaths right here. What are you protecting yourself from? How have you been hurt and what are you avoiding? And what if your freedom came from choosing to trust, choosing to let go, choosing to open yourself again? Release your hands, send them up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, left leg meets the right. Glide yourself forward, plank position, inhaling. Make your way down, your choice. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. We're coming up into our back bend on the inhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana on your exhale. Really nice, you guys. 3 breaths here. Can you tone Mula Bandha? Maybe feel a gentle sway of your pelvis. What does it feel like to anchor yourself so that you can feel free to explore? Tone Uddiyana Bandha. Imagine this burning ball of yellow light hanging out in the middle of your belly. Imagine that light firing up energy through your whole body. Beautiful. Look forward to the top of your mat on a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your space. Halfway up to a flat back, inhaling. Exhale to fold. Chair pose is your inhale. Bend your knees, send your arms high, and then bring your hands behind your head. And open up your elbows as wide as you can. Yeah, and then you guys liked my little back bend chair pose the other day because it's less hard. See if you could find a back bend chair pose here as well. Kind of tilt your tailbone back. We know this is not how we normally want to practice chair, but rules are fun because you can bend them. And then lean your head back into your hands and think about exposing your throat. Yeah. Your Vishuddha chakra is the seat of your communication. The place from which you are allowing yourself to speak your truth, to use your voice, to be seen, to be heard, and to know that what you have to say matters. Lean your head back 1 more inch. Inhale into the space of your throat. Imagine it's opening like a big mouth, saying all the things that you have held yourself back from saying up until now, and then fold over your legs on the breath out. Halfway up to your flat back, breathing in. Vinyasa, make your way back to downward dog, however you want it. Breathing out. We'll meet in dog for a few breaths. So nice. Can you tone Mula Bandha? Maybe find a gentle sway of your pelvis. Tone Uddiyana Bandha. How much control can you start to find from within? How much support can you give yourself with your own body? Beautiful. Lower down onto your knees and sit back on your heels for a moment in Vajrasana. If it's uncomfortable to sit like this for your knees, you can sit cross-legged if you like. Take your arms out and up. Breathe in. Interlace your hands behind your head. And then pull your hands up. So grab the back of your skull and pull up with your hands, almost like you're trying to traction. More lift and more length through the back of your neck. And then start to lean back, especially your head. Yeah, so think about pointing your chin straight to the sky and opening up your throat. Good. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, stick your tongue out, open your mouth, open your eyes for lion's breath. 1 more like that. Close your mouth. Inhale. Make a bunch of noise as you exhale. Good. On your next inhale, rise to stand on your shins. Take your arms straight up. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Keep leaning your chest back. Good. Breathe in deeply. Stretch your arms up. Exhale into your cactus shape and bring your thumbs to the back of your rib cage. Preparing for just a standing camel, right? Those of you who are dealing with back pain right now, be super gentle. Maybe skip it. Just stay upright. Those of you who are okay, press your thumbs into the back of your rib cage. Engage Mula Bandha, the same work as we did in our down dog. Engage Uddiyana Bandha. Feel the center of your belly lift. That is also the center of your willpower from which you can trust yourself to lean back. Now open up across your chest, shine your heart to the sky. Take a big inhale across your collarbones. And a full exhale. Maybe drop your head back if that feels safe on your neck. 1 more. I speak my truth. As you exhale, use your abdominal muscles to upright yourself and then sit back down onto your heels. Yeah, just take a moment. I like to sway my upper body out from side to side. Like you were at the gym and they told you to do trunk twists. Just give yourself a little rotation. Beautiful. And then make your way back up for round 2. You might keep it small, or you might come into more of a full camel. Curl your toes under, especially if you're going to go on. Bring your thumbs to the base of your ribs. Start to lift up, 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 up. Before you go anywhere else, engage Mula Bandha. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your middle belly in and up. Spread those collarbones wide. Retract your shoulder blades. Lean your head back if you can. Expose your throat to the sky. What have I been avoiding saying? What is just waiting to come out of me? You might stay here. You might reach one hand for one heel. If you have it, you might reach the second hand for the second heel. We didn't do a tremendous amount of warm up for this, so be kind to yourself. Good. Press your pelvis forward. If it feels safe, drop your head back. Expose your throat. What are you holding on to? Breathe it in across the entire front of your belly, of your body, I should say, from your pelvis to your throat. Fill yourself with breath. And then use your exhale to lift yourself back up out of here and sit back down on your heels. Woo, so good. Take your arms up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Bring your right hand behind your back and your left hand over towards your right thigh. Take an inhale to grow a little taller. As you exhale, find the center of your willpower. Find your Manipura chakra right behind or above your belly button. Pull that in towards your spine. Rotate from that place of strength. One more time, inhale your arms to the sky. We're twisting it out in the other direction this time. Good. Let your inhale lift you taller. Let your exhale rotate you deeper. Good. Send both of your arms to the sky on an inhale. We're going to bring this right out into a puppy pose. So lift your hips, slide your hands out in front of you, and settle in to your puppy pose, back bend. If this is not happening for you today, child's pose. Yeah, take a moment here. Send your tailbone back towards your heels. Engage Mula Bandha. Find your root chakra. They're all connected, right? Energetically, Mula Bandha is more of a physical engagement. The root chakra is an energetic one, but feel the root of your spine, the base of your spine, engage as best you can. Pull your low belly in. Pull your middle belly in. And as you do that, allow your heart to melt towards the ground. Can you find equal parts, safety, security, stability, and then trust and surrender? Your heart is the space of trust and surrender. You've got you. You are safe. You are whole. The choice to trust, to allow, and to soften is yours. If you can, let your forehead touch the mat. The seat of your intuition. The part of you that sees and that knows what's right for you. The part of you that sees and knows your path. You might rock your forehead from side to side, just waking up the space in between your eyebrows. You are your own best teacher. The answers are always and already within you. Beautiful. Walk your hands back and walk yourself back up into a Vajrasana. Good. Take your arms up to the sky on an inhale. As you exhale, plant your right hand behind your back and then lift your hips up for this modified camel pose. Yeah, so one-handed kind of camel. Stretch through the whole left side body. Yes, and then lower your hips back down. Take an inhale, sweep your arms high. Exhale the left hand behind your back. Get into position, and then your next inhale, lift your hips. Good. We'll do that on the breath a few times. Release your hips to the mat. Bring your right hand behind you. Inhale. See if you can open up your chest. Toss your head back. Open up your throat. I speak my truth. Exhale, release back down. Left hand behind your back. Inhale, lift your hips. Allow your head to drop back. Trust the voice that's been waiting to come out. Exhale, release back down. One more time each side. Inhale. What can you invite in? What can you crack open? Exhale, release. Last side, left hand behind your back. Inhale to rise. And exhale to release. Beautiful. Sit back in Vajrasana for a moment. Place your hands on your lap and just feel. And get curious. Where do you feel energy moving through your body? Where do you feel anything being stuck? Observe your thoughts, observe your mind. Is it full of judgments? Is it full of complaints? Or are you creating some quiet? Don't judge it, just notice. And bring your hands behind your back and pull your knuckles down towards the floor. Lift your chest up. Find the sensation of a back bend here. Breathe in deeply. As you breathe out, bring the crown of your head to the floor out in front of you. Rabbit pose. So your head comes down, not crazy close to your knees, about child's pose distance from your knees. And then lift your hips as best you can over your knees and draw your knuckles overhead. Right? The tighter you are in the shoulders, the more challenging this will be. But we're looking to connect the top of your head with the ground. Good. Those of you who have a headstand practice, if you would rather bring your arms down and set up for Shirshasana, here you can. If you're not feeling a headstand right now, keep your rabbit pose. Maybe change the interlace of your fingers. The top of your head, the seat of your connection to everything that is outside of you. I know that the universe is always conspiring in my favor. I know that life is happening for me, not to me. I know that the challenges placed in front of me are an opportunity to step into who I am. I know that who I choose to be in my life is my choice. If you are in a headstand, slowly come down. If you are in rabbit pose, release your hands and sit your hips back on your heels. We will all meet in child's pose. Come back to connect the space between your eyebrows to the mat. And then just rock and roll from side to side. The answers you seek are already inside you. How much of your personal power do you give up to other people, waiting for approval, waiting for permission, waiting for someone to tell you your dreams are okay, for someone to tell you you are doing okay? Right here, behind your eyes, is the permission. You've had it all along. It's yours to take. Send your arms out in front of you. Wiggle yourself out onto your belly. Good. And then from your belly, slide your right knee along your right hip. I'll show it with the left side. Slide your right knee along your right hip like you're sleeping on your belly with your knee bent. Take your right hand, prop yourself up, and then slide your left arm underneath your body. Yeah, and then swing your right arm all the way up and over. You'll end up in a spinal twist. Whee! Yeah, but because we came in from the belly, it's a little weird, this twist. So you can experience it in two ways. You can experience it the weird way, letting your arm just sort of hang out, pulling your arm down towards the floor, which will deepen the twist. Or you can wiggle your hip underneath you a little bit more to turn it into more of a normal twist. But I like coming in from here because swinging your arm open and back can help you get a little deeper into the rotation of the torso. 3 deep breaths here. Of the statements we made today, I am, I feel, I can, I love, I speak, I see, I know. Which one resonates with you the most? Say it to yourself now. And then unwind yourself. Come back to your belly. There's no sexy way out of here. Sort of fix it. And then second side. Left knee slides in line with your left hip. Prop yourself up with your left hand. Slide your right arm under your body. And then sweep the other arm up and over. And you can let it be a little bit awkward. Use that arm to pull you down towards the ground. Or you can get your hip underneath you so it's less awkward. 3 breaths. I am, I feel, I can, I love, I speak, I see, I know. Which one do you need to anchor yourself in right now? Say it to yourself. Unwind this side when you feel ready. Come onto your back this time. And then hug your knees in for a happy baby. Catch the outer edges of your feet. Draw your knees down towards the floor underneath your armpits. And feel free to play here, explore this. Do you need to be static? Do you need to move it around? And then take a moment and choose your final shape of practice before Shavasana, that is. So choose whether you want to give yourself a hip opener or another twist or another back bend. And I invite you to choose from a place of where do you feel you have the most stuck energy? Which of your chakras is the one or more than one that might be like, oh yeah, this one needs some love. Either because it's overactive or underactive. And see if you can find a shape that addresses the area of the body that's related to that chakra. Hip opener is going to be more about your creativity, your fluidity, your ability to go with the flow. Back bend is going to be more about surrendering and opening your heart. Fish pose might be more about using your voice. Tailor your final pose to what it is that you need from an energetic perspective. And if you're doing something side specific, be sure to switch to your other side soonish. And then start to make your way towards your Shavasana. Whatever you might need to do to get settled and situated. Let your palms turn up in a gentle gesture of receptivity, openness, willingness to see, to receive. Draw your shoulder blades together ever so slightly. When you're ready, fill your lungs completely from the very base of your belly all the way to the tops of your collarbones. Allow yourself to hold the breath in. Feel your lungs and your belly stretch open. And then let it out your mouth. I invite you to take one more huge breath like that. How full can you become? And then let it out. And as you begin to surrender into your final rest, I will be quiet, but first I want to guide us just through a little visualization. In your mind's eye, start to visualize right at the seat of your mula bandha, right at the base of your spine, at the seat of your pelvic floor, a red, ruby-colored, shining orb of light. And you can feel how safe and how anchored and how rooted that orb is by feeling the base of your sacrum on the floor. And as that orb shines and pulses this red light from your insides all the way up your spine, it feels healthy and safe and like something you can trust. And as you make your way higher up the spine, see the same shining, vibrant orange orb sitting in your lower belly area, the root of your ability to create art, to create music, to create thoughts, to create life. And continue dragging your attention further up your spine until you hit your belly button and this blinding, yellow, bright, shining, sparkling orb fills your entire belly with warmth, with strength, with a sensation that you can do anything you set your mind to. That with the power of your choice and your decision, you can bring anything forth into the world. And see the red and orange and yellow burning together brightly when out of the corner of your eye, further up your spine, you see green. Emerald, shining, green light filling up your entire heart space. Overflowing with this beautiful green light, filling your entire body all the way down to your fingers and toes with the sensation of love. The love for the people in your life. Love for yourself and how far you've come. And the gift that you have given yourself to be here now, laying down, receiving this love shower from your own heart. And you keep your attention dragging up your spine to your throat. It's bright blue, almost turquoise light sitting just below your chin. If you listen carefully, you can hear it singing. The seat of your ability to speak your truth, knowing that what you have to say matters. What you've been hiding away, too afraid to share, the truths that you think might be too hard for someone to hear, all bubbling up right there, shining, waiting to be told, waiting to be acknowledged. And you move up further to the space between your eyebrows and you feel this bright indigo, dark, bluish, purple light fill your entire face. You see your future. You see the things that are coming to you. You may not know what they are yet, but you see them. As clear as you can imagine them, you can attract them to yourself. And all the way up at the crown of your head, this blinding white light is radiating out the crown of your head, shooting behind you to whatever it is that is behind you in your space. Your connection to your highest self, to the part of you that knows that you are safe, that you deserve everything that fleets through your heart, that you have the power to create what has never existed. And that you get to trust that if it enters your consciousness, it has value. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to think it. From the base of your spine, through the crown of your head, see these bright, shining orbs, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, filling you up from your center to the tips of your limbs. Let the lights shine bright as you be in silence. And slowly, from the tip of your head, you start to see the white light begin to flicker. And it flickers a little bit more and starts to dim. And that light at the crown of your head, just turn it off. And move down to the center of your eyebrows. You see that blue indigo shining, losing a little bit of steam, beginning to flicker. Just choose to turn it off. It is there when you want it. And go down to your throat. Thank that light for waking up the courage to speak, to communicate your truth, and turn it off. Allow the green light in your torso to come back from your extremities in a nice tight little ball of green behind your heart. Save it for later. Turn it off. And feel the yellow light start to dwindle at your belly button, knowing it's just there for you to turn on again when you so choose. And turn it off. Allow the orange light to become more and more and more intense before it begins to flicker like a flame and put it out. And then visualize the red ball at the base of your spine. Allow it to burn hot and strong. And as it flickers out, allow it to begin a deep inhale, as if you could inhale all the way down to the base of your spine. Fill your lungs completely. And then let it go. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. If it feels good, you might stretch your arms up overhead, wake your body up however makes sense for you. And take your time to make your way into a comfortable seat. You can pass through fetal position or just press up. Beautiful, you guys. Come to seated. Bring your hands together at your heart. Bowing chin to hands as a gesture of gratitude for yourself, for making time for your practice. I know some of you are not feeling well at work, overwhelmed, and yet you showed up. Acknowledge yourself. And acknowledge yourself also for having everything you need within you. Sometimes we forget and we wait for things, validation, permission, purpose, acknowledgement from outside of us. But at any time, the essence of all of the power you need is within you, and you can wake it up. Let's seal our practice with one Om. Feel free to join me if you like. Big inhale through the nose. Om. Bring your thumbs to the spot between your eyes. Take a big inhale in gratitude for the ability to think, to choose, and to see. Namaste. Wonderful work, everybody.